Welcome back, our fellow listeners, and this is South Coast Radio, and where great music meets powerful stories. Today, we are joined by a dynamic South African duo who are making waves with their unique sound and incredible energy, known for blending English, Afrikaans, and French with poetic storytelling. Their music is both heartfelt and refreshing. Their journey began in an unexpected place, coaching parkour, and has since taken them onto festival stages, major radio platforms, and now into the spotlight with their debut album called 3. Their brand new single, Someone to Hold, is a powerful anthem about connection, belonging, and the human need for love, wrapped in a high energy pop rock sound. Matt Kruger and Warren Tutu, welcome to South Coast Radio.
Hello, Ryan, and hi, listeners.
Hello, listeners. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. It's really great to have you both with us. So let's start at the beginning. Your journey into music started while coaching parkour. How did that how did that shared experience lead to forming Kruger and Tutu?
Well, okay, so look, it's a sport. It's an extreme sport. So if you ever watch the movies, you know, the stunts that they do, little flips and jumping over walls and that kind of thing. And we both practiced the sport. I coached the sport, and Warren...
I was looking for a coach.
Yeah, he was looking for a coach. And we kind of got together like that. And in the first, I think, 6 months, we only spoke about parkour. It was just sport. And one day, randomly, we were like, oh, so what else are you into? And then he goes, no, my first love is actually music. And I'm like, you're kidding me. My first love is actually music. And and then that's where it all started.
Wow, that's really awesome, guys. So, Matt, what was it about Warren's musical style or personality that made you realize this could really work?
Yeah, no, look, from the get-go, I saw, I was looking at basically, Phil Collins in South Africa. If I say, he plays drums, guitar, sings, everything very seamlessly and all at the same time. And I'm like, there's very few people that can actually do that. And then when I heard his voice, obviously I was like, oh wow, okay, so he's got some real depth of talent. I don't think he even realized it at the time, but I was kind of blown away by his overall musicality, and I was like, okay, no, this has got to go somewhere. Yeah,
really awesome stuff, Matt. And Warren, from your side, what stood out about Matt that made you want to pursue music together seriously?
Well, the first thing I can tell you was integrity. And honesty, because there is not a lot of people with those qualities, And the first day we had a practice session, and I saw the guy plays upside down. I was like, oh, what is this?
Wow.
What is this? And then he told me he used to be a ghostwriter for famous artists. I was like, man, I listen to these people. I'm growing up, listening to them, and it was just amazing. And he's in a phenomenal songwriter as well, and I immediately saw a bright future. So here we are.
Wow, that's really awesome stuff, guys. So you both got such a unique sound, blending multiple languages and styles. How would you both describe the Kruger and Tutu sound to someone hearing you for the first time?
Okay, well, if they know bands like One Republic and Imagine Dragons and Maroon 5, and maybe, the Eagles, so we're somewhere in the middle of all of that, but we've got a definite influence from Warren's side as well, because he loves, I mean,
Jazz, R&B,
Jonathan Butler, Lionel Richie, Michael Jackson. That's more on, on that side of the spectrum. And here I come all the way from the other side with Nirvana and, Pearl Jam and Guns N' Roses and all the hard rock bands and Counting Crows, lots of poetic music. And we just kind of saw the opportunity to make sense out of the madness in a way. So our sound, I think, is an acoustic-driven, Imagine Dragons type vibe. Yeah, I think that's kind of one of the best ways to describe it.
Awesome, guys. And also, who are some of your some of your biggest musical influences, and how have they shaped your sound?
You can take this one first.
Okay, for me personally, Jonathan Butler, number one, because just the way he plays, he speaks to the audience through his music.
True.
It's lovely. And second, Michael Jackson. The impact that he has on the audience is just phenomenal,
True.
And he has inspired me a lot. So hopefully one day I will definitely.
Yeah, come on. You remind me a bit of Bruno Mars as well. So Warren's got that whole Bruno Mars vibe going as well. He's a great dancer. He's a great singer. He's got all that, all of it together in one sort of package. From my side, I would say, writing-wise, there was a band called Counting Crows that influenced me a lot. They did Mr. Jones and Accidentally in Love, if you remember all those. Van Morrison, a writer from the 60s and 70s. The Eagles played a large part. The big band from the 80s, they played a big part in the way I write as well. And then along came Nirvana, and along came Oasis and bands like that. And I just loved writing in that easy grunge style as well. Very hard rock, but very simple, flowy type melodies. So yeah, if that makes any sense.
Definitely it does, guys. That's really awesome. So you both performed at major festivals like KKNK and Woodfeast.
Woodfeast and Dreamland,
and you guys also shared stages with big South African names. What have been some standout moments from your live performances?
Okay, so I think one of the main things that hits you as a musician when you're on the stage is whenever a song actually connects. With the audience that's standing in front of you, and you can see it. I mean, obviously you're seeing it from the stage. When we get people singing along to stuff that they've never even heard before.
I totally agree. Especially the original songs.
When it's our songs and you hear them going, on the choruses singing along to your stuff, I think there's very little that compares to that. And because you feel like you're bigger than, like the music is bigger than any one person at that point. It's not just you up there. It's you and maybe 300 or 400 people singing along to your thing. It's just awesome.
And also getting compliments from the big names.
Okay, that's also cool. Like if these established guys come to you and they tell you, "Wow, you did a good rendition of this," or
for us to play alongside you guys.
And they, so that makes you feel like you're on the right track.
100%. 100%, that's correct, guys. That's really great stuff. Okay, so Matt, what do you personally enjoy most about performing live?
Oh, wow. Okay, so for me, I think, you can have plastic music. You can have music that's just there to make people bop and rock and dance, which is also cool. It's a nice feeling, right?
Yeah.
But for me, I love seeing when the depth of the music hits a person, and you can actually see them like really responding to it. Sometimes they cry a little bit. Sometimes they're just sitting there actually listening to the song,
Yes.
And that makes it worth so much more than just performing, because you might actually be in a way helping someone else feel a little bit better about life, or maybe it's a moment of, let's call it ministry even, that's happening right there. That's awesome. We really love that.
Great stuff.
I really love that. Yeah.
Great stuff, Matt. And Warren, what's your favorite part of connecting with audiences during a show?
Well, first, I'd like to agree with Matt. You never know what someone else went through that day, and the song that you sing might give them a new perspective of their whole situation. And what I also enjoy about performing live is seeing kids dance.
Oh yeah, no, the kids. Oh, come on, yeah. That's the highlight of the highlights.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And people singing along and smiling, and sometimes they even get on stage and sing along.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the spontaneity. I think children, especially, children don't have issues with, like having to try and look cool in front of you or anything like that. They couldn't care less. So when a little child is absolutely rocking to our music, to me that says our music's got some light in it, and it's got something that a little child can like absolutely just let go and enjoy. So yeah, that's very encouraging. Hey, yeah.
And it's creating memorable moments.
Yeah.
That's really awesome stuff, guys. So let's talk about your latest single, "Someone to Hold." What inspired the song?
Oh yeah, man. So I wrote that just kind of thinking about, when we all hit the deep moments late at night. I think, there's moments when you're surrounded by people, or you're busy with work, or you're just running from one place to the next, and, your mind doesn't have the time to kind of just process your humanness. Yeah. And when you do sit there and you start just realizing, that it's you and the silence around you, then you start, I think, maybe connecting with like what it is that really matters to you in the end. And I found that we all want a place to belong. I feel that's a basic human thing. We want to belong somewhere, and then if you take that to a relationship, it's like you want to hold on to something, and you want to hold someone, and you want someone who holds you, and you want to hold someone. That's breaking it down to its very, very basics, without getting too complicated about it. And that's what the song is about. It's about just identifying with, it's fine for you not to be okay, but it's also one of those things where you've got to go and say, what do you really want out of life? And I think it's a moment of honesty that's just caught up in a song.
That's really awesome. So guys, the song speaks about connection and belonging, something everyone can relate to. What message were you hoping listeners would take from it?
Okay, so if you're wondering why I'm answering all this, because Warren said, no, you must answer because you wrote the song. So okay,
awesome.
The message is that I think people that listen to it, I'm hoping that they can find that honest moment with themselves, and that you don't be too hard on yourself, and recognize that it's okay for you to be alone, number one, for now, and then I'm hoping that the song lights up a little bit of hope to say, yes, you will find someone to hold. Someone to hold is coming. It's coming for you. You know what I mean? And just a feeling of honesty combined with hope, if that makes sense.
Definitely it does. Really great stuff. Okay, so our next question, Matt, can you tell us a bit about the songwriting process for this track?
Okay, it often comes down to you sitting down with your guitar and then going, I don't know what the hang I'm doing. but then you pick up the guitar anyway and you start playing some random note. And for me it was that intro note that you're going to hear on the song that as the song starts, I was just like, oh, that sounds pretty cool, and it kind of gripped me, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to start there and see where this takes me, and then it flowed from there. I think I wrote the whole song in about 12 minutes. I was just sitting there because once it opens up, once the floodgates open, they open. But and I was really feeling like that as well. To be honest, I was sitting there going, man, okay. Why am I not feeling okay right now? And the notes and the music and the moment kind of all just work together in there, and it's therapy as well. That's the other thing. Is often when you're listening to a great song, you're listening to someone that's in therapy.
True. That's absolutely correct.
That music comforts the guy that's writing it or the lady that's writing it. It comforts them. And they were just there to share it and to kind of they were the ones that were faithful in recording it and in putting it down onto a medium, and then the world gets to share in that moment and that feeling as well. And yeah, that's just kind of what I did. I'm hoping that people out there will really kind of feel the song as well, and feel that it's not there to fake out or anything. It's not there to just create some kind of like plastic moment with them. It's something real. Yeah.
100%, Matt. That's awesome stuff. So, Warren, how did you approach bringing the emotion of the song to life musically?
Well, from my side, Matt actually guided me through the whole musical part of the song. Okay. But from my perspective, I thought of keeping it very minimalistic, especially in the verses, because that's where the message lies of the song,
Yeah.
And you don't want to make it overwhelmed with instruments. You want the listeners to actually hear the words and understand what the song is actually about.
100%.
And then we also planned the whole build up to go into the chorus and just to make it a whole big summer anthem,
Yeah.
because it is a vibey song, and we want people to vibe to the song, but also to know what the song is about and to feel the message and to resonate with it.
That's really awesome, Warren. Okay, guys, the track features some incredible musical contributions. What was it like collaborating with such talented musicians in studio?
Oh, dude, it was just so great. So we had the fortune and the privilege of having the legendary Paul Peterson doing guitars on our tracks, and that guy is amazing. He spent more than 20 years in the US playing with all the best jazz and blues names in the USA.
Yeah.
And then he comes to South Africa and he plays with Jaluka and Savuka and Johnny Clegg and all those guys as well. So you sit down with an absolute master. I mean, he sat down and it was like 2 minutes. And he was like, okay, cool, I'll go do something for you. Boop, boop, boop. And it came out like this, the way you're going to hear it on the track. So for us, it's just, when we think that we are okay musicians and we're pretty good in this or whatever, when we start thinking like that, then we start thinking about Paul. And then we just realize, okay, no, we've got a long way to go.
I literally felt like I was in class.
Yeah, me too. I also felt, and he's just got such a lovely way of kind of showing you, how to do the thing better, or how to, think differently about the music that you're making. Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome stuff, guys. So now moving to your debut album called 3 is finally out. What does this milestone mean to you both as a duo?
You can start first. What does it mean to you?
Well, it actually means that we accomplished a lot, but it's all just the beginning. It's all just the beginning, and we sing in 3 different languages. So we also hope to reach all those 3 different audiences as well, And I know that we will.
So when we got together, that day when we started playing, the next week, I'd written down a vision that I shared with Warren, and I said, if we're going to do this, let's do this 100%. So we quit our other jobs. And we threw our hat over the wall and said, from today on, what we are is we're musicians. We're nothing else. This is what we are. We're musicians.
Wow.
And also then we said, okay, we want to produce an album within the next 2 years. We want to get signed by a record company, and then we want some sponsorships as well. And so because you can't manage what you can't measure, and you can't measure what you can't manage. And if you just have a fuzzy dream, that's all it's going to really be. Is you're going to be holding on to a fuzzy dream of one day my ship's coming in.
Yeah.
So we wrote it down and we said we're committing to the next 10 years. We want to do 4 albums over the next 10 years. We want to win a Grammy. We want to be established as one of South Africa's top musical artists within the next 4 or 5 years. So it's all on paper. And then we said, okay, now let's go for it. Yeah.
Awesome stuff, guys. So looking ahead, what can fans expect next from Kruger and Tutu?
We're hoping for you to see us play at a venue near you. South Africa is a big country, and for this year we want to play as many places as we can so that people can get that in-person feeling with us. You can grow your fans online, but but it's not the same as actually meeting the musician or being at a concert. Because those fans, so even though we don't have like a ton of followers on Instagram, for instance, we've only got like 1,000 followers, but we know that many of those people that are following us have seen us. They've actually seen us, they've met us, and they're following us. On TikTok, it's a different story. On TikTok, we've got like thousands of followers, but it's because TikTok is that medium where you're chatting into a screen and people are getting to know you through the screen. So like there we've almost got 40,000 followers already, but it's so different, you know. And the goal is we want to play as many places as possible, and also we challenge ourselves because this year we're doing a whole big Frank Sinatra show. We've taken Frank Sinatra and we're reinventing Frank Sinatra along the lines of the 90s and adding that whole MTV unplugged feel to Frank Sinatra.
That's really going to be nice because we're also going to tell the whole story of his life. And we're going to also invite some other professional musicians alongside us. And
hashtag bring back Frank.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. That's really awesome, guys. One more question before we close off with the interview. Where can the listeners find your music, including Someone to Hold, as well as follow Kruger and Tutu online?
Okay, cool. So it's very easy to remember. Just think of the Kruger National Park and the Bishop, Archbishop Desmond Tutu, because Warren is family of the actual Archbishop. It's his grandfather's cousin. So you put the National Park and the Bishop together and you got Kruger Tutu. And then you will find us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever you listen to your music, we are there. We've got 17 songs for you to pick from on the album, across different genres as well. There's some jazzy stuff, there's some hard rock stuff, we've even got an Amapiano song, we've got some rap remixes. So it's lekker, man. And people can go follow us at Kruger and Tutu. Easy peasy, on whatever you are, you will find us.
Really awesome stuff, guys. Matt and Warren, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing your journey and your music with us. And to the listeners, that was Kruger and Tutu with their powerful new single, which is Someone to Hold. We were about to be playing the song right now, so stay tuned. And it's a song that reminds us all of the importance of connection, belonging, and having someone by your side. Be sure to stream it and request it and support local music that's making a global impact. Once again, guys, that was Kruger and Tutu live with us this very moment.
The radio station you can't live without. This is your radio.
This is South Coast Radio.